Hello, this is going to be my second speech on the culture of Guatemala. Here's my family. They are going to be my audience. A long time ago in the Americas, there were three groups of indigenous people: the Aztecs, the Mayas, and the Incas. Guatemala is one such country that still holds onto its Mayan roots. We'll take a look at the culture to see how past events have molded Guatemala into what it is today. My girlfriend's mom and dad moved from Guatemala to the United States in 1998, so I thought it would be interesting to talk about their culture. We'll take a look at the Mayan roots of Guatemala, Guatemala's internal conflicts that they've had in the past, and differences between our present day cultures. Let's envision ourselves in the 5th century in what present day Guatemala looks like. The Mayans were the main group who occupied Guatemala until the mid-1500s. These Mayans had incredible math for their day. They understood numbers. They understood number placement in decimal form, which is also known as place notation. They understood the concept of zero, and they had incredibly accurate calendars for their time. According to the 4th volume of the 2006 issue of the Encyclopedia of Anthropology by Sage Publications, the Mayans also had incredible architecture. So they built exceptional limestone structures like pyramids, palaces, and temples. The Mayans also had similar foods that are made in Guatemala today. Corn, or maize, is still one of the main staples. Beans and peppers are also still grown in Guatemala today and are enjoyed in almost every meal. These Mayans lived well and peaceful, but little did they know, a new enemy was about to come in contact with them: the Spanish. In 1523, Hernan Cortés sent Pedro de Alvarado to colonize parts of the Mayan Empire. The area was used for slave labor and sustained Spain, and it also allowed the Spanish to convert the Mayans to the native Spanish religion, which was Catholicism. 400 years later, in the 1970s and 1980s, there were many problems between the Latino people and the indigenous Mayas. In 1980, the mainly Latino government launched a plan to wipe out militant strongholds in order to get rid of rebel sympathizers who posed as a threat. According to the 3rd volume, 14th edition, 2017 World Mark Encyclopedia of the Nations by Gale Publications, the Mayan people were targeted in particular, and so over 600 Mayan villages were destroyed. Rigoberta Menchú was one Mayan woman who grew up in all this discrimination. Her father, mother, and brother were all killed as they fought the resistance. According to the 10th volume of the 2004 Gale publication, Encyclopedia of World Biography, Menchú was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in recognition of her work for social justice and the rights of indigenous peoples in 1992. Her accomplishments led to a president being elected who was a human rights advocate, and a ceasefire in 1996 between the Guatemalan government and the rebel leaders. Given the mix of Spanish and Mayan roots, today's Guatemala has some interesting beliefs. Earlier in the semester, we learned about chronemics, which is basically time perception, punctuality, and how it differs from culture to culture all around the world. The Guatemalan people have a much different perspective of time than the Americans do. Guatemalans tend to value time with others more over time itself. Punctuality is admired but not strictly observed. People are valued much more than schedules are. This is called La Hora Chapina, or the Guatemalan hour. The Guatemalan people also have a lot of superstitions, unlike most Americans. According to my girlfriend, some superstitions could be that if your palm itches, money is coming your way and you want to put your hand in your pocket. If you accidentally sweep over your foot with the broom while you're sweeping, then you're going to marry an old person. And if your ears are red, that means someone's talking bad about you behind your back. They also believe in a sickness called mal de ojo, or ojo for short, and that basically translates to evil eye in English. According to Volume 2 of the 2012 issue of Celebrating Latino Folklore, an encyclopedia of cultural traditions by ABC Clio, evil eye is a sickness that affects women, children, and weak adults, and it's caused by a look of deep admiration or envy. Some symptoms of evil eye include fever, temple pains, and overall hysteria. To prevent evil eye, kids can wear gold bracelets, gold amulets, and even a bracelet made of peppercorn. When a child contracts evil eye, the healer lays the patient on the floor and sweeps an egg over their body in the shape of a cross 3 times. There are so many interesting things about the Guatemalan people that I don't have time to talk about, but I wish I could. In conclusion, we took a look at the Mayan culture, Guatemalans' past internal conflicts, and some interesting differences in beliefs in their culture as opposed to our American culture. The 2 main groups of people, the Latinos and the Mayas, have had many problems with each other since the Spanish got there in the 1500s, but they both strive for one thing, just a tranquil and successful way of life. Thank you.